Well, hello there everyone, my name is Amy, this is the Opinionated Woman, and welcome to another Get Ready with me. You guys really liked the last one, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a little chatty video getting ready every month or so, just so that I can catch up with you, like on a one-to-one basis. It's not in a vlog, you know. Today we're going back into the Cape Town palette, because this is my latest palette, and I can't resist some of these colors. I'm also going to be using this palette because this is where my highlighter is, as you can see. But yes, before we get into that, if you want to see more from me and you like my content, I have an Instagram down below and my TikTok, which I post on every single day. I'm very active on TikTok. And there is a Kofi link, which is like a one-time tip jar if you ever want to support my channel, and that would be very much appreciated. But okay, let's get into this makeup. So as usual, we're going to start with the eyebrows. I like to try and pick an eyebrow color that is actually in the palette that I'm using. So in this palette, this one does good for me to fill in my brows. Not this one, brown one. But yeah, I actually have not filmed myself doing makeup in a while, and then I filmed a TikTok the other day oh wait, I need to put my hair back, because otherwise I'm not going to see shit. Do you like my thing? This is my outfit. This is a little crop top from Cotton On. This is vintage, and I hardly ever get it out. And I wanted to get it out, because look at these sleeves. Fun. Okay, eyebrows. So I filmed myself doing some makeup. Oh, this palette has a mirror in it. On Monday, because I went to a book signing. It'll actually be in my vlog where I'm reading two anticipated books. I'll link it down below. But I decided to do a little bit of makeup for that because I don't leave the house very often. Like when I do my makeup, it's mostly for filming. And so I was like, okay, if I'm going to an author event, I'm going to do this. But I was also helping out with my brother's fiance, my friend Karina. I was giving her a lift from work, home from work. So I had to get dressed and then go and fetch her and then come back and then quickly do my makeup. I need to explain why I was leaving the house. So I was going to an author event that I saw on Instagram. I love the Book Lounge. I'm like obsessed with the Book Lounge, so I follow them religiously, and they do a lot of good author events, and I haven't seen one that I've wanted to go to in a little bit, like with an author that I know, and I haven't had the budget to like buy the books or anything like that. Okay, just a quick fill in. My eyebrows are bushy anyway. And in this Instagram post, they had both of Bolu Babalola's books and both of Candice Carty Williams's books. And I was like, oh, so it caught my eye because I've read both of Candice Carty Williams's books. I really enjoyed Queenie, and then I really enjoyed People Person. Like, not a lot of people were talking about it, but I really, really loved it, and I did tell her that. But I'm jumping the gun. So I decided, so I saw this post, and it said that they were here for the literary festival in Franschhoek, and they were doing an event in town. So I was like, oh, sick. Yes, I'm gonna go to this. But obviously I'm using the same color that I used in my eyebrows on my top lid. So I was like, okay, sweet. It'll just be like a little thing at the Book Lounge, because that's on Ruland Street in town. And I used to work on Ruland Street, so it's like a very familiar part of town for me. And as I said, I don't go out very often. So having a familiar space is good for my little neurodivergent brain. And then I realized that actually, no, it's at a hotel on St. George's Mall, which is not an actual mall. It's a strip of like pedestrian walkway that runs down the middle of the city. And and there's some really cute little hotels and coffee shops and stuff like that along it. And yes, this little boutique hotel called the Gorgeous George. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get dressed and look cute. We're gonna put on a nice outfit. I'm gonna do my makeup, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this a TikTok, which obviously put a little bit more pressure on it than if I was just going. And I was going by myself because I don't really have any bookish friends. I'm quite short on those. And so I'm just gonna take this darker color and just put it a little bit in the crease. So I was like, okay, we're gonna be brave. I figured out very important for my social anxiety that I find out about parking beforehand, and I realized, oh, like it's literally at the top of St. George's Mall. So I could park alongside the Company Gardens, which is an area that I know well. And I know exactly how to get to St. George's Mall, and I won't be walking on the street for too much of the time, which was important for me because it was going to be dark. So yeah, I decided, oh my god, let me just get them quickly on my word. So I usually wear sneakers because they're like the most comfortable thing, but I was leaving the house, so I was like, let me wear my cute little boots. Little did I know, as I was leaving, the bottoms came off both of the fuckers. So the actual heel itself had enough grip, and this had enough grip. This hole, no grip here. So I was already quite nervous because I was, as I said, going into a space. Oh, sorry, I bumped you. I was going into a space that I was not that familiar with. And I was going by myself. And I was being a very brave girl. But then I decided to wear shoes that were making me feel like bloody Bambi on ice. So that was a little bit of a problem. I don't think I will be wearing those boots again. I think they've come to the end of their lives with me. I will just donate them, and maybe someone can find a repair for the heel. So I'm just putting this darker color on as like a little faux liner kind of vibe. So I parked, no problem. I was wearing my rainbow cardigan that I made last year. I'll put the vlog where I made it down below. I had such a good time, but I didn't get to wear it very much because I finished it like halfway through the rainy season. So I really wanted to wear, and also I knew this event would be kind of gay because it involves the book lounge, and the book lounge is homosexual. So I decided, like, okay, I'm gonna wear something that codes me as very gay because I worry that people don't read me as gay in public, and that bugs me because I am really gay. Okay, what am I gonna do? Okay, so I've just done a very neutral thing on the top, and now I'm gonna take a little bit of this green, put it under there, and a little bit of the shiny, put it under there to match the shirt. So I got there and I was like already like filming. I was filming a TikTok, and I was filming for the vlog that I was busy with at the time, and I was like, oh shit, man, this is like getting a little bit overwhelming. But it wasn't too bad. Like, it really wasn't too bad. But the what was worrying me was the fact that I was really feeling wobbly on my feet. And I'm like, when you're not confident in walking, it makes you feel unconfident overall. But I really wasn't doing too bad. I was just like, please don't fall over. Please, for the love of God, don't fall over in front of all of these hot gay people. Like, please. So I'm getting green in my eyeball, green in the eyeball. So I look on the maps and I see where Gorgeous George is placed on St. George's Mall. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know where that is. I've never been there before, but I know where that is. And I end up walking up and down and I'm feeling lost because it wasn't exactly where I expected it to be or where the map said it was supposed to be. Now I'm going in with the shiny. So I had to go to the concierge or the doorman at one of the other hotels, and he was a gentleman, and he walked me to the faces I fucking pull when I do this makeup. He walked me to the Gorgeous George, and it was this stunning little boutique hotel, and the event was going on upstairs. And when I came out, it was like this dark wood paneled kind of room. It had big teddy bears on these like big comfy couches, and then when you walk through the space, there's like a fancy little bar on the one side, and if you walk further through, there's a big open space with this little stage, and it like big vetsuck, like those big multicolored designer beanbag chairs, and it looked so comfy. It looked so fun. I didn't end up sitting on a beanbag chair because I got there just before it started, because of getting Karina. I was kind of running a little bit late, but I decided, and I saw there was food. I was like, fuck yeah. So I was like, okay, get a drink. I don't drink, so I was just going to grab a Coke. So I go to the bar, and let me start putting on, what am I putting on? Again, here we go. My Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. Ride or die. Very cheap, very effective. So I go to the bar, and I said, do you have Coke? And he said, yes. And I said, can I please have one? And I tried to pay, and he says, no, it's for free. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was very chuffed with that. My mom said she was watching me do this on my first get ready with me, and she says it's gross, and I also agree it is gross. I don't poke myself in the eye, but it is nasty feeling. But it does so much. Look. So I go up to the bar, and while I'm waiting for him to grab my Coke, I look to my right, and there is a gorgeous black woman with braids on the top of her head and this tight dress and the perfect winged eyeliner. And I'm like, is this Candice Cardi Williams standing right next to me? And I hear her talking, and her accent's British, and I'm like, oh my God. And I look to the side, and she looks at me, and I get her a little white lady awkward smile, for fuck's sakes. So I was very excited that I was just happening to walk straight in, and Candice Cardi Williams walks up right next to me. That was fucking cool. Now I'm just going into my Essence All About the Nudes palette, and I'm gonna do my highlighter. My highlighter is running out, as you can see, and my sibling recommended this NYX one because I'm going to the UK, so I will have access to NYX again, but they also have ELF, so they were like, why not try an ELF highlighter? So I will definitely make plans to go into a Boots and get some makeup. I'm going to do a UK haul when I get back. I'm going in July. I'm going for most of July. So there will be vlog content coming. There will be hauls. There will be book videos. It's going to be a good old time. Anyway, what was I saying? So I see Candice Cardi Williams, and I'm like, oh my God. So I get my Coke, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking starving. I should not have gone as hungry as I was, but I was so starved. So I went and ate something. Like, I got some things that I knew I could eat without messing them, because I was a little bit shaky from being very nervous. So I ended up grabbing some arancini balls and some meatballs and so that was really nice. Those were really tasty. And I found some little steps behind the chairs at the back. And there was some older woman sitting in front of me, and the one woman sees me sit there, and she turns around and she's like, oh look, some people can sit there. So I think they were like momming, and they were worrying that there weren't going to be enough seats for everyone, which is very cute. So my butt did go a bit numb, to be honest. And the whole time I was focusing on how I was going to get up after the event was done. Like, the actual event was really great. Both women really insightful, had some really cool things to say about their writing processes. You know, some really fun like contributions. Candice Cardi Williams is particularly funny. And they're both so beautiful and charismatic. Oh my God. But the whole time, because I'm an anxious wreck, I was worrying about standing up and being able to pick up my Coke glass and my plate at the same time and not fall over on the shoes that I was feeling so wobbly on. Ah! Anxiety is so annoying. I swear, it's just like, people say that people put on like anxious things, and I'm like, my guy, if I didn't have to deal with this, I wouldn't. So that's really annoying. So I'm just gonna wait for that to dry, and then I'll get it off with a Q-tip. I need a new mascara. So yeah, I was worried about that the whole time, like a fool. And I had taken both my Candice Cardi Williams books with me. Unfortunately, I hadn't read Boloba Balola because she writes straight romances, and I don't really read straight romances. I read books with straight romances in them, but I don't read pure romance that's straight, because there's not really much for me, and I just end up not liking the dudes. Because I'm not a big fan of men. No, I'm just not a fan of bad men, obviously. But I was very excited to be able to get up. So when I managed to get up, not fall, because it was walking on carpet, which really helped. And then I put my plate and my drink down, which I was like neurotic about, and then I got my books out, and I hoped that she had a pen, which she did. I know you're supposed to scratch this off with a spoolie. Hey, that does work. When being patient actually works. Shocker, Amy. You're only freaking 34, you impatient hoe. Oh, there we go. Ta-da. Okay, now I'm going to put on some blush. This is broken. So Velvets from Essence. So I went in the queue, and there were a couple of people in front of me, and you could definitely tell a lot of them worked in publishing, because the event was full. It was absolutely full. It was so lovely to see. And as I walked up to Candice Cardi Williams, I said, I have both of these for you. Because during the discussion, they really had focused on Queenie, and they hadn't been speaking about People Person, because Queenie won a bunch of awards. But People Person was so good. It was so good. The sibling dynamics and the dad character. So like, I walked up to her and I said I have both of these, and she said, oh, I love your cardigan. She's proper British, like my dad. And I said, thank you, I made it. And she's like, you made that? Look at that incredible, like something incredible you made. And I said, look what you made. Like, she's holding her 2 books in her hands, and she's writing a new one right now. Yes. And yeah, so she was very lovely about my cardigan, which made my day, like absolutely made my day. And I said to her, everyone was talking about Queenie. I was like, but People Person is like my favorite book one of my favorite books that I've read this year. And I said to her, the character of Cyril, I said, I want to wring his fucking neck. And she's like, so many men get away with that behavior. And I was like, I saw so much of my father in that man. And she was like, I'm so sorry. This is, I don't know if they still sell this. This is the Essence Butter Stick Matte Love in the shade. I don't know the shade. It doesn't say. Doesn't have a shade. It's this one. It's like a peachy neutral. Kind of cute. Yeah, and then I ended up getting my book signed. She signed it in a hot pink pen, which is just so very her. She was talking about how she likes Louise Renison, and oh, that reminds me, Louise Renison. This is going to be in the video that I'm about to film, because I'm about to film another video. I'm going to film a video all about signed books. She signed it in hot pink. She said that she really loved the Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging series, and I did too. So I absolutely, and Bridget Jones's Diary, and yeah, I totally agreed with that. So yeah, this is the makeup. This is the whole look. Thumbnail. So yeah, this is the look. It's just got a little bit of green, a little bit of neutral, got my highlighter as usual, and a little bit of a pinky peach on the lips. This is the look that I'm going to film my video in. I've completely forgotten filming another video straight after this, because I've been talking for a solid 22.5 minutes right now. Oh my god. Anyway, I have to tell you the last little part of this. So I got the book signed, and I was too anxious to stick around and talk to strangers, so I left. And as I was walking out, I was vlogging and talking about how she liked my cardigan. And as I put my phone away, I slipped on some wet cobblestones, because St. George's Mall is paved in cobblestones, and I nearly hit the deck. I was flailing, like, ah! And I hear a group of women behind me going, yo, and highball. And I was like, oh, fuck. I got highborn. God damn it. It was very funny, but I felt very silly. Anyway, that was the end of the story. I got my book signed. I listened to my audiobook on the way home, and I had a good old time. And now I'm going to go film my signed books video. So thank you for coming along with me. I had a good old time filming this. I also had a good old time at the author event, so I definitely need to keep an eye out for these events happening at the book lounge and with the publishers, because this was also in conjunction with Jonathan Ball Publishers. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said at the beginning, my Instagram, TikTok, Kofi, all linked down below. Leave me a comment, let me know if you like this and if you want me to carry on with it, and also what you would like to hear from me. Like if there's anything that you've ever wanted to know about me, leave it in a comment and I'll hopefully answer it in the next video. But yeah, other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I'll check you next time.